Yes, people, welcome to Red Devils TV. Today we are back with another match reaction of Manchester United to Liverpool 4. And you guys, I just cannot express my anger and the pain I'm going around. The pain and the frustration. For the last 2 years, I've seen McFred playing constantly with no skill, with no creativity. They don't even have the properties of a proper CDM. I have to understand if they can defend properly, because some CDMs are like that only. But they can't defend also. They get run past basically. And they're a bloody shambles. When our midfield is absolute shambles. They're a disgrace to this club. They shouldn't be playing at this club. They're an absolute disgrace to this club. They shouldn't be playing. The Manchester United jersey doesn't suit them. I can say what doesn't suit on them. A Newcastle jersey, a Fulham jersey. Their midfield is better than us. Not better than us. Newcastle's midfield is in par with our midfield. It's absolute trash. It's shambles basically. There's nothing that this midfield can do. It's absolute below par midfield with no skills, no creativity, no leadership skills, no organization skills, no nothing. Bubble Raf FC, the centre backs are trash, the midfielders are trash, everybody is trash. And the goalkeeper is trash although. People are saying, oh, David De Gea is washed up, use Dean Anderson. Dean Anderson is the next upcoming thing. I've seen what he considered 4 goals, and other than the first goal, the last 3 goals, definitely he is the blame for that only. He can't close the angle properly. He's a Premier League goalkeeper. He can't close the angle properly. Salah is running at him. Close the gap. Close the bloody gap. You can't close the gap only. Then why are you a Manchester United goalkeeper? Go play for Sheffield United. That's what your level is. If you can't close the gap, he almost gave half the space of the goal. If you can't block that, stop playing for Manchester United. Stop playing for Manchester United. I have to get this out. I just can't take it in basically. Pardon me, I have to give this rant. These players don't deserve to play for Manchester United. They're absolute shambles, absolute disgrace. They have so many chances to prove themselves, but they still can't prove themselves. Absolute shambles. And I'm going to say this now and again. No matter how many fingers we point at Ole, no matter how many fingers we point at Glazers, these players won't help us win the title, and that's period. We won't win the title with McFred. We won't win the title with Lindelof. We won't. And many people have slated Maguire again and again and again, and I have also done. But I have appreciated him when it was required, when he played well, then he was in good form, because I have no hate agenda towards any player. And now people understand him, how important he is a player like this. Yeah, he is not the Ruben Diaz or a Virgil van Dijk or Paolo Maldini, but he is better than what we have already. He is better than a Lindelof. He is better than a Bailly. Yeah, he lacks pace, but he has good organization skills. He is a bit vocal. He is good in air. He has that air dominance. I think we lacked him, we lacked the team, we lacked the perspective, and the spine, I'm saying this, the spine has been absolutely taken out from the team. David De Gea wasn't there, and Harry Maguire wasn't there. And David De Gea wasn't there, that's why the calamity happened. If David De Gea would have been there, he could have saved those 2 goals. At least 2 goals he could have saved, because he's David De Gea. And Dean Anderson, he's a bloody piece of shit. He just can't understand how to close the gap. And he's saying that media is saying that he is the next upcoming thing. He's a bloody piece of shit. He doesn't deserve to be at Manchester United. He doesn't deserve to be at Manchester United. And I've seen again and again and again. Just because he has an English passport, just because he belongs to the English football team, that's why nobody gets on his back. That's nobody. If I saw it in Manchester Evening News that he was given a 5 out of 10, and Bruno was also given a 5 out of 10. Bruno was arguably the best player of our team last night, and Bruno has been given a 5 out of 10. It's a bloody sham. It's a disgrace. Stop doing this media nonsense going around, all this bias. I just can't. I'm so much angry, you guys just won't know. I was watching the game on my laptop. I was so angry that I would have punched the laptop through basically. I was so angry. There was no organization. There's no passion. There's no ambition. There is nothing. There's no organization. They just come and take a stroll at the park and just go. Wait. Okay, fine. We lost the match. Fine. This is bloody disgrace. You can't do that. You can't do that. I know that result doesn't mean more. Yeah, we could have fucked Liverpool's chances. we could have stopped them from being a title contender, because if they get top 4, they will revamp them squad, they will add more signings, and they will challenge for the title. And if we could have won that bloody match, Liverpool would miss out on top 4. Many stars will leave leave their team, and they wouldn't be able to sign any other players. These were the advantages, and they all bottled it. They all bottlers basically. I'm so frustrated. I just cannot appreciate any other player other than Greenwood and Pogba and Bruno. I cannot appreciate it. I know Rashford scored a goal, but he had to score the goal. Anybody can score a goal. Not anybody can score a goal, but a player of Marcus Rashford's capability should score that goal, and that's period. And there's nothing more special about that. And I'm not going to comment about Cavani, because Cavani didn't get the ball, so I have to leave him out of there. He played a mediocre game. He was medium. The midfield was trash. The defense was trash. And I have been a big fan of Luke Shaw, but what was Luke Shaw doing in that match? Luke Shaw was trying to be Lionel Messi in dangerous spots. And in dangerous box, he was trying to play it out. And who are we? Who are we? Are we bloody Barcelona or what? Who were trying to play the ball back from these brats at our team, like Fred, McTominay and Dean Henderson and Lindelof, who try to play the ball out from the back. And you can already see that Liverpool is pressing hard. They can already see they are not playing on counter attack like us. They are not playing on counter attacks. They are pressing. They're pressing hard. They're continuing pressing. They're pressing. They're pressing with Bobby Firmino. Mane is there. Mane wasn't there. Jota was there. Salah was there. Just Fabinho remained behind there because of the counter-attack pressure, and even Thiago and Wijnaldum was pressure. So just 4 to 5 basically, and we can't withstand that, and we don't have the skill to withstand that kind of pressure. If you have to withstand that pressure, you have to pass well, and these brats don't know how to pass only. And they are supposed to be the next big thing at Manchester United. I just can't believe this is dog shit football, man. Ole will get him sacked playing his players only. We need a good centre defensive midfielder. We need a good centre back. Fuck Sancho, fuck everything, fuck Harry Kane, fuck Haaland, fuck everyone. We need a Sancho. We don't need a Sancho. We don't need a Declan Rice. We need a Rafinha. And we need to sell Henderson. No, and that's it. That's simple as that. And then we will think about the attacking prospect of the team next season. After that season only, 2022-2023, when Cavani will leave. But before that, we have to sort out the midfield. This midfield is dead, absolute dead. There's no passing, no creativity. It's absolute dread. McTominay, people are saying that we should appreciate McTominay because he was passing so many long balls. It's a bloody disgrace, man. How can we appreciate for that? He was just putting a shift. And those long balls are not Pogba's long balls. Pogba's long balls are indicated 40 to 50 meter passes, which get to the foot of the footballer or a player basically. And Marcus Rashford, Greenwood have benefited from that in the past basically, and even Martial has benefited from that. But McTominay's long balls are just like, just give the long ball and then somebody may latch up it or it will get a goal kick. It's absolute trash, and Fred can't pass, can't shoot, can't tackle, is not agile enough, and what he does is just runs like a donkey the whole match, chasing Thiago, not Aguero, what I'm saying, I'm absolutely mad, that's why I'm speaking nonsense now. I can speak also properly because that defeat is humiliation, because this is not prime Liverpool. This is an average Liverpool side who don't have nothing in their defense. They are playing Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, the academy players. The midfield is also not. They are missing their leader. They are missing Jordan Henderson, and I don't think that Wijnaldum is a much better player than Henderson. And every Liverpool fan will agree with me on that. But it's just trash. We're supposed to win that match, and there's no excuses going around that players were playing 4 games in 7 matches. We rested them. He gave them 2 days rest. We absolutely bottled up 3 points against Leicester. We absolutely gave them for free. We might have not played that match because we knew that Leicester was winning once we got the lineup. The absolute disgrace. You can't perform like this. And just as Roy Keane said, this current branch of player will never challenge Manchester City, or challenge is a big further thing. Will never close the gap. Also, this is absolute dead. The ambition is lacking. The passion is not. There's no vision. Nothing there is. So they are absolute disgrace of this club. And we had people like Scholes, Keane, Fletcher, Carrick. We had players, Jin-Sung Park, who were warriors in the pitch. Whenever they wore that jersey, they knew that they were going for a fight, and they were able to give it everything, no matter what injury or whatever it was. And they didn't even give 50% of what they could have been. I'm just done with this team. I'm just done with this team. I'm not saying I'm stop supporting Manchester United, but I'm done with this certain players. And yeah, McFred is the best option we have at the pivot, but doesn't mean that they are the best players. They are suitable players. We have they are the best option because we are absolute crap in transfers. We don't do transfers enough. We bought 58 million for Fred. What for 58 million, Fred? Huh? He can't even cross. He can't tackle. I would have been satisfied if he could have tackled well. I think he would have been a bit Kante, but he can't pass that much properly and less attackingly. Threat. I could have been deal to that, but his main priority is being a center defensive midfielder who can defend well, who can shield the back four. He can't do that. He can't do that only. Then how I am supposed to believe that he is the next big thing? Then 58 million. We should not give 10 million for the fraud. And this is the competency our club is going around. And this club is only a big club in name only. This club has this is a shambles. This is a club behind the doors. This club is a shambles. There's no passion to take the club forward, to take the club where we belong. Reaching Champions League finals, winning titles, winning FA Cups, winning trebles. There's no passion going on. Just they want to make money, and they get tougher. And this is the current state of Manchester United. And I'm absolutely frustrated. I'm done with this. I can get why Ole plays this team. I'm not criticizing Ole. I'm criticizing the players only. But Ole has to take some responsibility. If he decides to sign a Jadon Sancho who is 80 million, he knows that Manchester United's transfer budget is not that much, and he wastes all that money, and he will supposedly sell David De Gea, because the things that are going around. I catch on many UK outlets going around like Manchester Evening News, MUFCP, MPB. Even Fabrizio Romano said it himself that David De Gea, Manchester United are looking to sell David De Gea because of his high wage, and they just can't pay him. So they want to loan him out to Roma. It's a bloody disgrace, mate. It's a bloody disgrace. Have we ever thought about loaning Paul Scholes? Have you ever thought about loaning Rooney? Have you thought about loaning the Giggs? Those are legends. We haven't thought. Salas didn't think about it. In his dream also, he didn't think about it. And we are loaning a player who has consistently saved our ass over a 10 years period. And he is the only spark, only ray of light in a dark room called Manchester United team. I want to say that. And without David De Gea, we won't finish top 4. Dean Anderson is a bloody shambles, and he should learn proper goal skills. He should learn basic skills only. He will never be at David De Gea level. He's absolute shit. He's absolute shit, and I'm not judging him by one match. I have seen it against a lot of teams. I've seen it long time, but just because he has an English password, that's why people don't look onto it, and just give him a free pass. And I'm going to say it now, and I said it before. If Ole plays this kind of players, and if he doesn't buy his center defensive midfielder center, he will get sacked. And if he doesn't get sacked, I will, and the fans will get frustrated. And then the Glazers will not be able to control that situation, and they will say that let's throw Ole under the bus. And they will throw Ole under the bus. They don't care about. They just want to save their own asses. The fans will kick Ole out of the team, of the club, basically. And you cannot, he is no Sir Alex Ferguson, no Pep Guardiola, no Jurgen Klopp. That Sir Alex Ferguson could win the league with Cleverley, Anderson, Butner, Raphael, Jones, Chris Smalling, Evans, Valencia. He could win the league, but he is no Cyrus Ferguson. Cyrus Ferguson was the best sporting manager ever in football. He's the best. He's the GOAT. Nobody is going to surpass them. Him, sorry, not surpass them. Nobody is going to surpass him, and he is no Cyrus Ferguson. And if he thinks Sir Alex definitely took some ruthless decisions like kicking Keane out of the team, selling Ruud van Nistelrooy, selling Beckham, not signing Paul Gascoigne. He took some ruthless decisions, but he had the results to back up for it. And if Ole thinks that I want to be Sir Alex Ferguson and kick a United legend out of the team, he's not going to do that. The players will backstab him in the man. He will throw. He will eventually get. If he doesn't get backed, he will definitely get thrown under the bus. I don't care what happens. And if we don't sign a centre back, if we don't sign a centre defensive midfielder, forget our ideals, we won't even finish top 4. Because teams have caught us to our tactics, caught us to our philosophy, what Ole is doing, and they will get what we want to do. And they know that we play in a counter-attack base with 2 CDMs, 4 centre backs only. Full backs don't only overlap, so they're trash. And the right, I get the fact that the right-hand side is dead. Many people are saying, yes, we need a centre back, centre defensive midfielder, but we also need a right wing. I can get that. But our owner is not Roman Abramovich or who's his name? Sheikh Mansour of Manchester City. Glazers are not like that. They're not like that. They won't give us three transfers on 3 positions. They won't give that. So we have to be efficient with that. So if we sign Sancho, can you see the team winning the next match, the last match against Liverpool? I don't see it. Because we can score goals, we will create more chances, but how will we get that ball? There's a current bridge going around. The back 6 is here, Bruno is here, and Fred and McTominay, two twats are absolutely guaranteed that they will pass the ball forward, and they are actually tasked with that order, basically, to pass the ball forward, and they try. I'm not going to say they don't try, but their trying doesn't give us satisfaction. At Manchester United, you don't get recognition just to put a shift. You get recognition for your legacy, for your playing style, for your effort also. But you need to put some produce, and I just can't understand why people appreciate Scott McTominay. I just don't see. And people say, oh, Manchester United haven't put him in the right place. He should be in a box to box. I get that, but it's a if and buts and if and buts. It's many things, even if and buts. If Mourinho was backed, we could have won the title in the 18-19 season. We could have won the title, but it's a big if, and if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't see that partnership doesn't work. So I have no sympathy for him. He should get sacked. And you can call me being ruthless. You can call me being flip-flop, but it's just like it is. I'm backing Ole. I'm not Ole out. But he has to see what he's doing. The club is in shambles. The defense should not get out of 10. They should not get more than 4. They were absolutely average. The goalkeeper should not get more than 5. They have 4. I think 4 is the best thing. I think the only positive we had was Pogba, Greenwood, and Bruno. That's it. I think they all should get 7. They should all should get 7. Nothing more. I think their movement was good, but I just can't get on what's happening at this club. They lack, and I think if we defend like this, I know that we will win the previous 2 matches, the next 2 matches against Fulham and Wolves. Yeah, I think we will win them. I think if we don't win those matches, I think we will get the second place. Yeah, that's sure. That's absolutely sure for us. But the main focus is the Europa League final. If we defend like that, Villarreal already play in a counter-attacking football, which is Emery's philosophy. And if we don't defend properly, we will get smashed by Villarreal. We will already get smashed, and they have good players like Gerard Moreno, Danny Parejo, Chukwueze, and who's there? I cannot remember any of them. But I will do another one preview on that. Then I will analyze it properly. And it's a bloody disgrace, man. These players are playing and they don't deserve to play. And Roy Keane spoke facts. He spitted facts, basically. He said that I don't see Manchester United winning any big trophies with Fred and McTominay. And it's a bang on. He was spot on. We have said this. We're saying this for the last 2 years, since 2019-20 season only. And Manchester United doesn't deliver what they want. We wanted a centre back and a right winger last season, but they didn't deliver it. And if they delivered it, we could have moved for a striker and a centre, and a defensive midfielder. That would have been half the job done. And they don't. They are prats. They just only want to make money out of this club. They have turned us into a bloody cash cow. It's a disgrace that these people are handling our club. It's a disgrace. We cannot compete with Liverpool, Manchester City or Chelsea by this team. This is an absolute shambolic performance. It's absolute rant. They take it as a rant, Manchester United players. This is a rant. Wearing the Manchester United jersey is a privilege, not a right. Get that in your head. I'm okay with that. I'm done. Absolutely done. So thanks for watching. Please smash that like button if you did enjoy this video, and please subscribe so you do not miss a single upload, and I'll catch you next time.